Hi, I'm Cami and I'm from Berliz, Japan. Today I'm with Martin פיטרי, who is the Global Head of Quality Assurance and Training and Development for Berliz. I'd really like to talk about how training and quality assurance can affect customers. Before we get started, Martin, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Martin פיטרי. I'm the Head of Quality and Training for the Global Live Online division of Berliz. I'm based in Tokyo, Japan. And I started out as an instructor, teaching English and German for Berliz in 1997.
My first question for you is, how are Berliz courses and our instructors different to other language courses?
Excellent question. Probably the biggest difference is the quality of instruction. We invest a lot of time, effort, and energy selecting the right kind of people to join the team, then training them in the initial period, and putting them through a probationary development period, even when they're part of the core team, continually giving them advice, support on how to teach better lessons. The material program are very focused on our key objectives, which are helping people to learn how to speak and listen. All of the programs have very clear functional goals, but what makes them special is the way the instructors deliver these programs and the way they adapt the lesson content to the interests and study needs of the student. It's very important that the instructors understand that their purpose in the lesson is to get the student to speak. We're trying to help the students improve their learning skills. We know the instructors can speak the language, so we pay very close attention to the student talk time and all the skills and the techniques that a good instructor needs in order to maximize the student talk time in a lesson, because that's why the student is there. Obviously, it's a little bit different if it's a private lesson versus a group lesson. Group lessons are more challenging because you often have people of mixed ability there. But we train the instructors to be able to read their audience in the classroom, to encourage those who are less forthcoming and ensure that everybody has an equal opportunity to participate. Student talk time is one of the key factors. And then the other one is we encourage the instructors to customize those functional goals to the interests and study needs of the student, making it relevant, making it useful, making it interesting to motivate the students to participate actively in class.
Yeah, I think that's a very important one, especially also because if we have goals that are relevant to a student's life, they're able to use it as soon as they get out of the classroom oftentimes as well. So they're going to remember it.
In the classroom, we're trying to get them to the point where we can simulate a real life situation that they can take out of the classroom and apply to whatever environment they happen to be working in, or, socializing in. That's very much the aim of what we're trying to do in the classroom.
Berliz is also known for premium language instruction and premium language courses. What does that mean to our students?
What it means is that they are often serious learners. They come to us to learn a language in order to improve their career prospects. They also spend money on their Berliz programs, so they expect to make progress. They expect to get a return on investment. A lot of our students are professionals. They have a very high level of expectations from their program, and we do our best to meet those expectations.
How can we make sure that those expectations are being met?
Well, there's a couple of things that are important. Firstly, to set the expectations with them as to what is going to happen when they take a Berliz lesson, because it's a truism that no matter how good a service you deliver, if the expectations haven't been set appropriately, then the customer may well be disappointed. So managing those expectations right from the get-go, and then also working with the instructors to ensure that they understand what the students are hoping to get out of their programs, and that the instructors work together with the students to make sure that they get what they want from their Berliz program.
There's a lot of support within Berliz, not only for instructors, but also for their managers, to make sure that there's a lot of consistency in our instruction. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's fair. We're a global team. We're spread across all continents except Antarctica. One of the things that we tried very hard to do when we set up this global live online team was to ensure that whichever region our team members were in and had come through or got their experience in, that we're following the same standards, the same processes. Please remember, a lot of people don't really mention this, but every single one of the quality and training teams started out as instructors. So they know exactly what the instructors need to do in a day-to-day basis in the classroom. Obviously, because they themselves were in that position, they're in an excellent position to help newer instructors develop those skills, the knowledge, the ability to be flexible, the ability to set customized goals is a key part of the training.
Will you be able to get the same consistency and the same learning results from any language school?
I doubt it very much. There are very few competitors out there that have the same global reach that Berliz does. A lot of them are much more regionally based. We work with a lot of corporations who have employees all over the world. So it's important that the service that we provide is consistent, whether that company's employee is based in Frankfurt, in Tokyo, or in New York.
How do we know that students are satisfied with their lessons at Berliz?
One thing that we make it possible for students to do is give feedback after each lesson that they take. It's very quick, but there are 3 questions, the most important of which is overall, how satisfied were you with Martin's lesson today? We get a lot of feedback from the students who know that it's possible to do this, and our satisfaction rate is over 97% satisfied, with 85% of that 97% being very satisfied. We collect a lot of customer feedback, and of course we share that with the instructors that keep them motivated and show them that the students they're working with appreciate the work they're doing. If they are signed up to a one-on-one course, they have the ability to choose their instructor. So when they go into their student portal and want to book a lesson, they can look for Martin, see when he's free, and book a lesson with Martin, because they know that they're going to get a good lesson if they take it with Martin. With group students, that's not possible. The second answer is satisfaction with the instructor. If a customer is happy with their program, and we usually sell them 40 lessons at a time, we hope that they're going to re-enroll and continue with us. We also keep a close eye on the re-enrollment ratios, which is a more macro way to see whether they're happy with the service. We've got students who've been with us for years. They've gone from level 1 to level 5 over the course of 4 or 5 years with us. That's another important measure we look at. So that's from the customer's point of view. And then also from the back end point of view, we have a very structured approach to making sure that the lessons they deliver meet the Berliz standards as well. All new Berliz instructors have to go through an initial training period. Then once they've successfully completed that, and not all of them do, they then go into a 3-month development period where their trainer, mentor, works with them to implement the skills that they've gained in that initial training. That 3-month development period is quite intense. The mentor will observe lessons, fill in a lesson observation form, and then meet with the instructor to discuss what went well and what could have gone better, give them advice on how to do that, and work with them to implement that advice. After the 3-month development period, they join the main pool of instructors, but even then, they continue to meet with their supervisors, usually 4 times a year, to discuss lessons, to debrief, and the tools that we use for that are very clear in terms of what a good Berliz lesson looks like.
So other than observing the lessons, what else do you do to improve the instructor's skills?
We have a series of workshops that we run, both globally and within our team. Each of our supervisors works together with their colleagues to create a workshop at least once a quarter on some aspect of improving the instructor's teaching skills. For example, this quarter we're working with instructors in more exotic languages who have to use third-party materials that we don't create ourselves at Berliz. So how to adapt those to a Berliz lesson. We've also run workshops on how to set effective goals, how to maximize student talk time, correction techniques. All of these are ongoing and they're often recycled, as well as the individual meetings that the instructors have with their supervisors. They have the option to attend these professional development workshops on various aspects of delivering the lessons.
Quick fire questions that I'd like to ask, and this is not so much related to the main interview. First question is, what is one piece of advice for students trying to reach fluency?
Come to class, review the content, prepare the content for the next one so that you get the most out of your Berliz class.
In one sentence, why Berliz?
Because we do it better than most.
Okay. What was your first impression of Berliz?
That it was a very old company, that it had been around a long time and therefore must be doing something right to have survived as long as it has.
What do you like most about Berliz?
Seeing the students smile at the end of the class because you've taught them to do something that they couldn't do 40 minutes ago.
What is the most useful English phrase in your opinion?
That's a good one. What's the most useful English phrase? Don't worry about making mistakes.
What is the phrase that a lot of people get wrong?
I think it depends on what your first language is. Japanese people will tend to make different mistakes from French or German. It's not phrases, it's more pronunciation and sound that they tend to struggle with. People who come from East Asian language background often struggle with R and L. The TH sound in English can be quite problematic because not many languages have that TH sound. Some of them do. So rather than a phrase, I would say it's probably certain sounds. The other thing is that English has a particularly broad range of vowel sounds, which people struggle with as well, because most languages don't have such a wide range of vowels.
I agree with that one. What inspired you to join Berliz?
Firstly, that it had an excellent reputation. Secondly, that it allowed me to be able to teach English and German. I don't often get a chance to use my German, so being able to teach it was one of the things that made it a very attractive option for me.
Is there any moment that made you proud to be a part of this team?
Many, many, many moments. Every day is a journey where we're building a stronger team, we're gaining more students, we're getting great customer feedback. A lot of people don't realize how much hard work goes into that, but there are many, many moments where I've been very proud of what we've achieved and very proud of the team that works with me to do that.
How do you see your role making a difference in helping people connect across over 70 countries?
Well, basically, language is how people connect. We teach a lot of languages, but English is the one we teach the most. So by helping people improve their English, we enable them to improve their career prospects and also talk to pretty much anyone around the globe who has a decent level of English.
What's one thing about working with languages that keeps you excited every day?
The people. When you're teaching a language, you have you meet so many different people from all different kinds of walks of life. Also from, my side of it, I have a team that's spread globally from South America to Tokyo to Japan. Working with these people, all these different cultures, all these different characters and personalities is what makes it interesting and challenging.
My last question. If you could learn any language overnight, what would it be and why?
I'd like to learn Spanish. I've always liked the sound of Spanish and I like Spanish culture.
It was really great talking to you all about quality assurance and training and the impact that it has on our customers. Thank you very much.